Don't ask questions, know the answer. When we're thinking, questions, we're actually saying to ourselves, I don't know the answer. When if we just get to that level of knowing, of intuitive knowing, you find the answer without asking the question. You just know. This asks questions, trying to work things out. Chatter. Wonder what that is. The reason at the level of intuitive knowing, the connection to higher awareness, you know the answer without asking the question, is because instead of asking the question within isolated consciousness, disconnected from infinite awareness, you're now connected to infinite awareness. So instead of asking the question, you know the answer, because infinite awareness is the all-knowing. That's where the answers lie. Without asking the questions, you just know. I just know I've got to be so-and-so tomorrow. How do you know that? I don't know. I can't explain it. I just know. And you go, and what happens? Something happens that takes you forward. Whereas you'd have gone, no, I can't do that. No, you can't do that. You've got things to do. You've got to go to the supermarket tomorrow. I feel to go there. This intuitive level of knowing is our connection to higher consciousness. And this is, if you watch it, always at war with intuition. Nearly always. And when we go with this intuitive knowing, again, right brain, and don't let the left brain dominate. You can't do that. You've got a mortgage, and you've got an appointment tomorrow. You can't do that. You can't go to India. No, you've got a mortgage, all that stuff. This is always telling us what we can't do, because it thinks in such limited terms of structure. This tells us what we are and what we can do. And if we choose to go with it, then we start to break out of this mind prison. And I have to say, what changed my life, I say more than anything else, was when I decided, funnily enough, just before I started to have this awakening, I decided, because of experiences I had, experiences I didn't like again, but were a wonderful gift, I decided that if I ever had a situation again where my intuition said one thing and my head said another, I was going with my intuition every time. And I went with it, and I went with it, and I went with it, and you may have noticed it got me into a bit of trouble sometimes. It got me into a bit of trouble. But what happens then when you follow your intuition and you get into a bit of trouble? I got in a bit of trouble, Betty, and all that stuff. No one remembers that either. My bloody age, I don't know. This guy crosses the arms. See, I bloody told you, didn't listen to me, get into trouble. I know, you should have listened to me. A lot of people go, yeah, I know, oh no, I'll never do that again. But if you keep going with your intuition, you keep following this knowing, these urges, these passions of what you want to do with your life and where you want to go and where you want to be, eventually the sequence of situations leads the left brain, which is an observer of reality, and if you talk its language, it can kind of come round. And it says, hold on a second. When you follow your intuition, you get into a bit of trouble, but then that led to that, and that led to that, and that led to that. Oh, it works out in the end, doesn't it? And what happens, and this happened to me around the mid-90s, what I felt intuitively and what I thought became one. So there was the war stopped. I want to do this. No, you got to do that. You got to do this. Stopped. And now they operate as one unit, because this has seen enough of what intuition does to go, okay, I can see it. I'll go with this. And it's open to anyone to do that, to stop that war between intuitive knowing, because they should be working as one unit. They shouldn't be at war. All these different elements that decode reality should be working as one unit to do this. And then we can start controlling our own reality. Knowingly, in awareness, because we're doing it anyway. And what these manipulators do, because they know this system, they impose and implant belief systems which then affect our energy field, which then draw to us decoded reality, daily experience, that matches the belief systems that have been programmed into us. They are programming our reality through us. And when we clear that out, we then can consciously start to create our own, which is the worst nightmare of the manipulators. Worst nightmare. It was in the Matrix movie when the Neo character went through the death experience and came through it and realized it was an illusion, and he stopped seeing people in the holographic world, as I would put it, as people, and started seeing them like that. When he realized it was all an illusion, that's when he was able to control his own reality. There's a lot in that movie that's true. And as we change our own energy field, we are then able to make that consciousness change available to other people. In this 100th monkey syndrome they talk about, which is connection between people. And then we come system failure in this crap